So it is time to dye my lovely halo extensions that we just toned, and we're going to dye them to match my hair. Except for I'm going to kind of do like a little design instead. I'm going to switch it up. I'm not going to do it exactly how I have my hair. I'm just going to use the same colors. If you want to see how we tone this from the number 60 blonde to this just lighter, ashy, more platinum blonde, I'll link that most recent video below. We just did a quick watercoloring method with the bucket and some purple conditioner. Real quick and easy, and we got to this color. Depending on what color I'm doing, you wouldn't even have to do that. But I wanted to do this because I really wanted these colors to pop out. So I wanted more of like this kind of base. So to each their own, whatever you're doing. If you also want to see when I colored my hair this Halloween color, or any of my recent hair transformations, like we just cut my bangs, I'll link all the most recent ones below because I'm actually going to be cutting my hair again right after this and more coloring. So I'll link those all below in case you want to catch up if this is your first time here or you just missed them. So we're going to dye these. I'm going to be using the Underground Cosmetics and the Lunar Tides Black Eclipse. I had a hard time deciding whether to cut my hair before or after we dyed these, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to color these first, and then we'll come in and cut the rest of my hair. And honestly, today, how I feel, I might add just a tiny bit more black right here to even these up, because I also want to cut my bangs, and this has just been bothering me. And then when we did the green with Underground Cosmetics, we did all their neon green, but it's kind of faded a little bit, and I've been really wanting to put the neon chartreuse, like lime green that they have over it, which we swatched, and it was beautiful. I'll link the Underground Cosmetics video below. I swatched every single color in their neon collection, and actually all of the Underground Cosmetics color in their entire line. Bolds, pastels, it's all neon UV reactive, I think, except for their black. I'm going to be ordering more and trying the bolds, but we tried every single neon, so I'll link that below. So I was thinking, since I'm almost out of this green, I have other greens, but since I've been wanting to put the chartreuse over this just to kind of give it a little bit more oomph until I change my hair color up, I'm like, okay, I'll just use what's left of this and add some of the chartreuse into here so that everything will kind of work together later on. I'm also out of the neon orange that we used, so I'm going to do what we did on my bangs, which honestly, everything came out even. I'm going to mix some of their neon red and neon yellow together in my empty orange to get an orange. And we have this purple. If this isn't enough, I do have like other purples that should match good enough. So here's our before, at least with my hair. I'm sure you're going to see when I turn around where I'm going to be cutting this. But here's what we're working with here. And here is the back of my hair. And the halo sits about here. Actually, I'll just put it on for you guys. And it's more or less going to sit like about here. So it's quite a bit hair. I think this was 80 grams of hair. So it's not like super crazy, but yeah, you can see with it compared to my hair, it's gonna take quite a bit of color. So I am prepared. I do have backups. Time to roll up our sleeves and get to coloring because I feel incomplete. Oh, I forgot what I was looking for. What the heck was I looking for? Oh, the black hair dye. Aha. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna use our Black Eclipse, which I think is the only black I have. So. Well, that'll be fun if I run out of the black. I'll have to go get more. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. We're dyeing extensions, and I'm probably going to put a little bit of black up here just because this is driving me absolutely insane. And that's about it. So let's do this. Well, all of us thought that this red was more orange anyway, so I'm going to use this orange. But we only need it for like where my roots are going to be on the extensions. So we don't need like as much of the as we are going to need of the other colors, probably. I did not mean to do that. Stupid. I don't want to use too much yellow because I want to use the yellow in something else soon. Yeah, that looks like a nice orange. Pretty. Orange is oranging. I love this yellow though. It just is yummy looking. Don't you just want to like eat it? It looks like Laffy Taffy. Now we have our neon chartreuse, and like I said, I'm almost out. I have other neon greens, but if I'm going to be putting chartreuse over my faded green, which was this neon green, then I'm just going to add the chartreuse to this and let whatever happens happen. I don't want to go too crazy because I want to use this on my hair as well. Let's say I'll just go about like that. At least it's in these tubs, so I can save it if I don't use it all. And use that on my hair. That should be good. No, we might need more than that. So I think I can make this work. Probably not, but whatever. Okay, that's our colors. So let's go down to our interesting setup. Sure, you're gonna love it. Improvising, you know. And thank you for being here, by the way. So here I'm just separating all of the wefts in the hair ahead of time so they don't get all tangled. And then I like to brush everything out with my paddle brush. And these are just the Framar mesh sheets. I really like those. And then I'm using my tint brush to kind of space out right here how thick my sections are going to be. So now I'm starting with the orange base, and then I flip it up, and I'm actually going to color underneath first before I put it back down, and then I'm going to color the top just to make sure I'm getting that even saturation. So I have the orange there, just like the roots on my hair, and then I'm going black, green, purple, and then repeating it over again, black, green to purple, and then I just flip it over very carefully and take the mesh off. And then I like to paint the ends black first just to get them to stick better so it doesn't move around. Here I'm going in with the purple. Later I actually start with the green first. It helps put like a barrier over there so the darker colors don't stain it. And then I just go in and I use my fingers to smudge everything down. And then I'm repeating the process on the other side. I actually split everything into two because this was just way easier for me to manage. And you can see I'm just flipping that back over, and then I just take the mesh off again, start with the black on the ends to make sure that sticks. And those mesh are actually washable, so all this color I'm using, I'm able to reuse them, and I just absolutely love that. Now I'm putting a plastic sheet in between each section, but later on I actually use mesh instead because it was kind of confusing me seeing those other colors underneath, especially when I wasn't trying to do like a hollow prism per se. And here you can see I'm really getting in there and trying to get some orange on the mesh in between just so that it blends in a little better. I wasn't as worried about it underneath. It really helped applying the green with my fingers because it was just so much easier not to have it bleeding into the other colors. And I just really think it brought everything together so much better that way. Here I started actually painting the ends black while the mesh was still on, and that just made the blending so much easier on the ends there. Here I brought some clips into the top of the hair as well, just made everything easier so it didn't move around. I had to be really careful to really separate those wefts of the hair. This is a part right here where I actually struggled with that, so I actually took that piece off to the side by itself and colored it separate. So if you're doing this at home, don't be scared to have to improvise, because sometimes the wefts aren't perfectly straight. So here you can see where I'm putting the mesh sheets in between now. And like I said, that just helps so it doesn't confuse me when I'm layering the color on the other piece of hair. And we're just about to the front of the hair, so I'll change the camera so you guys can see it from that point of view. Here I'm just adding those sheets on the bottom since they're the last pieces. There's not really any barrier from that in the floor for me to paint on. So we're almost there, almost done. I just like to show you guys things that I learned as I was doing it that made it easier for me, that I had to figure out as I went, because just in case it might be helpful to you out there. I'm also putting a plastic sheet over those so that there's no bleeding from the hair when I pull it down, especially on those black ends I have sticking out at the bottom. And here's a good example of me having to pull the wefts apart because I missed one that I didn't realize it was too thick. So you can see just right in there how I had to pull that up. So just keep that in mind if you're doing these at home. And here's just the last bit of the process in case you missed any of it earlier in the video, just showing how I layer the mesh on and do the plastic. Now here's the front view finally. So here you can see how I'm painting the ends before I'm going to pull the mesh down and how I'm really trying to use my brush to create more of a blend on the ends. And then there's the mesh coming off. Then I start with the orange and then I go into the green. And I think you can tell how that just makes such a difference starting with the green. It's a lot less stressful as well. This took so much more time than I thought it would. So keep that in mind if you're coloring extensions. Those wefts trick me every time. Also, I've had a rag this whole time to wipe my hands on, and that's made it really easy. Here's the finished results. I thought this was so satisfying. Oh, so pretty. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I was pretty proud of myself, I'm not gonna lie. That absolutely killed my back. Like, I underestimated my opponent today. Let me look at from my back brace while that's developing, but you saw the finished results, so let's add some black hair dye up here and press my mic button. I thought doing this on the floor would be better for me because most of you know I have health problems and stuff. But that was a bad idea. So I think I might have to invest in some kind of, or even make some kind of a board. I know they sell boards specifically for dyeing extensions and stuff. I'll look into it, but I might have to make something temporarily in the meantime. Maybe a kid's art easel or something. Wowee. I think that one hurts worse than when we did the wig. The hollow prism. So let's just dye my hair really quick up here. And I didn't do gloves just because my gloves not only are a little bit big, but it was just so much easier to blend the hair doing that way. So, all right. All I'm honestly going to do is just bring this side up to match over here. Because when we cut my hair, I'm probably going to redo some of the other color because we're going to be changing it, but you know. I already checked underneath, so underneath this one. And I'm also going to be cutting my bangs too. So that's why I'm not going to put black all over them. I'm going to be doing a whole haircut and then just throwing some hair dye in after that. See, I don't have any going up like underneath on that side really. I'm just going to try and mimic that side. And I'm still not going to wear gloves right now because it's just such a small amount of hair. And honestly, everything's rinsing off decently. I just want to have a little more control. Plus, I just washed all my brushes. I don't want to wash anymore. Hopefully, I can blend this with my finger good enough without needing a brush. I don't need to go up higher. I have a little orange left. I understand that this isn't going to match some of the rest of my bangs. I just really want to kind of blend this in on the two sides I'm redoing. I don't mind if the middle is like lighter, you know. Got a lot of different shades of orange going on anyway. This is going to make me feel so much better. Okay, so this I'm probably only going to leave in the recommended like 30-35 minutes. That should be plenty bright and it should be exactly where I want it to be. This, however, I'm going to let sit a lot longer. So I really, really want those colors to set in there. So, oh my gosh, look at this. This is going to be so crazy. I can barely hold it. There's so many layers. This is amazing. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I'm not going to lie. I'll see you when it's time to rinse out those extensions. So I can't wait. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited. I feel like all the pain is going to be worth it for this one. I have high hopes. See you in a second. Check it out. This is it in the black light. I'm so excited to see this. The purple is UV as well. It's just the black that's not. Everything else is. Holographic prism hanging out. What up? Okay, so here's it right before washout. I just left it in overnight. I really wanted those colors to stick in there. And then here's it rinsing out. I'm rinsing out the top hanging over the chair so that all that orange and black doesn't drain. And this is just the ion color sealer. And you can see there's just no color coming off at all. Not once during this whole rinse out did any color drain. It was so amazing. Really, really happy with those results there. And I am using really, really cold water, but that's just because these are my extensions and I just really wanted that color to set into the hair. Here's them rinsed out. I'm going to let them air dry because that's what I do with my hair. And I want to see how they sit with my natural waves. But it looks good. No bleeding whatsoever. See you in just a second. All right. Everything is rinsed out and dry. And I'm super excited to show you. But first of all, here's the bangs. Here's the before. I think that they're so much better. Like, I can tolerate looking at them now. And the second my husband walked in the door, he was like, oh, your bangs. They're even. They look good. So, like, the fact that he noticed right away made me happy. Like, for now, I think the color is spot on. So that's one win in color therapy today. And my hair is due for another hair mask review, but that's not today. You guys ready to see this? Oh my gosh, I'm so ready. Ta-da! They're still a lot, just slightly damp, but it might look damp. It's just they're a little bit product heavy. So they're gonna like wrap around my head like this, so that just little line where it's just a little bit off is gonna be just fine. Go around under my head like this. I'm so excited. It turned out so beautiful. And I purposely didn't dye this mesh. I wasn't worried about it. I made sure to color though in between. And it didn't even stick that well, but it's not even gonna be noticeable. So let me just show you guys this up close and then I'll put it on. But I just think that this turned out so awesome. I am going to be styling my hair with these better with our fancy air styler that I can't wait to show you guys. So you get to see these in the black light and the natural sun as well. Oh my gosh. And this is going to take me a second, so hold on. All right, I've got them installed. And I couldn't see too well while I was doing it, but I think you'll get the general idea. I think they turned out cool. I can't wait to curl them. So here's like the front of my hair, my roots going into that. I wish they weren't so product heavy. And I wish that I think I'm gonna have to touch up my purple just a little bit. Looks so much cooler. I think it's going to blend better once we cut my hair up a little bit so it's not in the way. Oh, the orange is just a little too dark. I might have to lighten that a little bit or darken mine. Just kind of what it would look like braided a little bit right here. Well, I think it turned out pretty cool. And I purposely did this because I wanted it to be like this kind of more pixelated, you know, just kind of different instead of like the natural kind of like this kind of blending that I did here. Honestly, once the product softens up some, that might soften up too. It's just really too heavy still. So I'm hoping once we use that new air styler, that'll rinse out whatever product is still left in here doing that. But I think that they turned out really, really cool. I didn't actually do the clips into my hair because it's sitting just fine. But I just thought this was really fun. Let's try putting up some of my hair. Can't wait to style this with you guys. I have a brand new styler and we're gonna just cut my bangs a little more and cut the rest of my hair so that it can just be healthy. And get those dead ends off. That's driving everyone crazy, including me now. Possibly maybe cut this to match into my hair more. But yeah, anyways, I think it's really, really cool. I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to see it styled, braided, things like that. Looks like a horn. Don't forget, at the end of the video, I'm going to show it to you in the natural light and in the black light really quick. I hope you're commenting below. Let me know what you think. Any ideas? Yeah, if I should cut it or leave it. I think it's pretty fun this way. I just think this turned out so cool and I had a lot of fun and I just feel a little bit better, you know? If this video helped in some way or you enjoyed any of the coloring or things that are going on here, I hope that you subscribe and stick around. And like I said, next video, we're going to do some cutting, freshen up my color just a little bit because I'm going to be changing it not too long from now. I hope you guys are all hanging in there this November. I don't know if anybody else out there likes pumpkin pie. It was like a classic of my mom's and I already made sure that I had some of that on hand to make for Thanksgiving. So like, does anyone else have like a #1 food that they just like have to have? Just curious because, you know, I love food and stuff. So I'm already thinking about all those things. So let me know what you guys think of the color. Let me know what you guys think of this. I'm really digging like the whole halo extension. It's been super comfortable and honestly, I'm probably going to wear it a little longer today just because it is that comfortable. So far I'm impressed with that whole aspect as well. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys think, honestly. So Much love to everyone out there, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Have a beautiful day.